AL Central. I think this is one of two of the hardest divisions to make sense of. That's because there's a lot of teams that could be great but are good right now or are great right now.
I think the Guardians are legitimately very good.
I think they are too, and let's get right into it. I have them from 80 to 93 wins. I think that injuries and some stuff, they take a step back, could hit the bottom end where they're at 80. I also think there's a chance that they could dominate, go to 93, 95 wins.
No, I have them in that range. I have them winning
Exactly.
93 to 95 games.
Yeah.
I saw one thing that you have written here, Josh Bell signing.
Love it.
Phenomenal.
Great and
phenomenal.
Good price tag as well. I think it was like 16 million, 18, whatever it was. Not much. Mike Zunino as well, the biggest power hitting catcher in the league right now. Hits for no average, but the pop is there. There's a lot of youth. I think the additions help. Tristan McKenzie is disgusting.
Yeah.
Shane Bieber is disgusting.
He's gross.
He's so Andres Jimenez from the Mets in that Lindor trade. Then the other piece, Ahmed Rosario. They have the guys. I think this team, they are my bet to win the division. I took them in a bet win the division, win the AL Central. I really like what they're doing. Hopefully they take another step up and advance. But unless you have another thing to touch on them.
No, I think that the Guardians are easily the favorite in this division.
Yeah,
I think they have the best manager. I think that they have the best high-end talent, I'll say that, in the division. I think they're just meant to win it. As you said, Bieber is
he's disgusting.
So gross.
They're my favorite team. And not even to Emmanuel Clase, disgusting closer. They've got all the pieces. They've got all the guys. The one thing I want to mention is I don't think that they have the highest ceiling in the division, and that's because I think the Twins do. Because bringing back Correa is huge. That's not even the most important part of this team. Ready? You want to hear it? If Byron Buxton stays healthy for a full season, he's gonna win the MVP. There's no doubt in my mind.
He's insane.
He's a full 5-tool player. This guy is one of the fastest players in the league. He's been hitting for so much power. He can hit for an average. He's one of the best fielders in the game. And I mean, this guy's exactly what you need out of a player. He just needs to stay healthy, and it's legitimate. He has an injury problem. He hasn't played more than 70 games. I don't think years, maybe 100. I don't know what the stat is.
He has a serious injury.
Injury problem. With that said, they bring Correa back. Like I said, they got Pablo Lopez in a trade, which sent Luis Arias, which hurts. Luis Arias, he's batting title last year. Batting average galore. This guy's a beast. Michael A. Taylor they bring in, who's maybe one of the best fielders in the league. Christian Vasquez, former Sox at catcher, and then
I was just about to mention that one. I love that move for this team.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that move. He is so clutch,
and he's a great veteran piece as well now. He's been around long enough where he has a good good sense for the league.
I know that Sonny Gray and Kenta Maeda weren't what the Twins were expecting them to be last year, but hey, that happens.
Yeah,
you can have a bounce back year. You can go
so easily.
You can have horrible seasons and then an MVP caliber season. I'm not saying that they will. I'm not saying that at all. But I think they're going to be very good this year. So I agree with you that the Twins may have a higher ceiling than the Guardians do, but the Guardians are definitely the more sure pick.
The more sure
to win
exactly.
the division.
But keep an eye out on Byron Buxton, man. If he stays healthy, watch out. The White Sox, they're another team that I think has half a step below the Twins on their ceiling.
I'm not high on them.
Well, that's the thing. They've been expected, underperform. La Russa's gone now. Tony La Russa as their manager.
Talk about something that started out so well and then just turned to shit.
Yeah. So their new manager is Pedro Grifoyle. They have a lot of young pieces. They've got pitching. Lance Lynn is good. Not to say that he's young, but they have young pieces. And then on a separate note, their pitching is good. Dylan Cease is very good. Almost, I believe he was top 3 in strikeouts last year. Maybe he might have led top 3. Lance Lynn, they got Mike Clevenger now. That's to be seen. I know he was in some legal issues. It does hurt. Liam Hendricks is away from the team with cancer. We're wishing him the best. One of the best closers in the league. Maybe one of the best of the decade for a while.
Prayers to him.
And then they added, like I said, Mike Clevenger and Andrew Benintendi, another former Sox guy. Actually, crazy fact, they gave Andrew Benintendi the biggest deal in White Sox history, which I think is a joke. I like Benintendi. I think he's solid. I am not giving him the biggest contract in franchise history. I understand it's not a franchise that's been known for the best baseball players and whatever, but that's crazy to me. And I get contracts go up. That's absurd to me. I think this team, I like Eloy Jimenez a lot. I've always liked Yoan Moncada. Tim Anderson's a baller. Luis Robert is disgusting. It's a lot of moving pieces, though. If they stay healthy, they could be dangerous. That's my take on them. I have them from 75 to 95. They're probably the second biggest window, boom or bust, I have, and maybe in the entire league.
Yeah, I'm not high on the White Sox at all this year, and I think they have a talented enough roster, but I don't like their culture. I haven't liked their culture
toxic
for the last 4 years or so. And then you add in a guy like Clevenger, who
legal issues.
Who knows what is going on? I mean, we have an idea, but
we have an idea.
Like,
let me see if they might have been cleared up recently. Let's see.
Like, anytime you see abuse allegations, that's
you're not gonna want that.
It's not it. That's like, what are you doing?
Okay, so he won't face discipline, but still.
I mean, the fact
take
that
it with a grain of salt.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
100%.
So I'm not a fan of their culture and what they have going on there. It kind of started with La Russa when it became
toxic.
A little bit toxic with him there.
When why am I blanking on his name? The catcher, he hit a grand slam on
Yasmani Grandal.
No. Oh my gosh. 3-0. It was a 3-0 count. Do you know what I'm talking about? 3-0. Yerman Mercedes.
Yes.
He had a great run, started the year. He's never been good on any other team, any other position. Has a great year. Is going, whatever. Hits a 3-0 bomb off of a position player.
Yep.
Might have been a grand slam too. No, I think it was a homer.
I believe it was a grand slam.
Yeah. Hit the bomb. I get it in a blowout. Whatever. La Russa reamed him. I think he got sent down.
Mm-hmm.
Came back up. Was never the same. He's on a different team now. He's probably in the minors. Destroyed this guy's confidence. Destroyed his life.
Really, he ruined his career. Like, listen, Tony, it's not 1965 anymore.
Yeah.
You can
gotta adapt.
You can swing the bat, regardless of the score. It's okay. You can show emotion.
How do you feel on the White Sox? What's your range?
I see them winning like 82 games max. I'm not a fan of them this year.
And it's very possible, like I said. Now, the next team I'm very excited for, the Kansas City Royals. I like the Royals a lot. That's always a team that I like to root for. I think they have some potential. They're definitely not a playoff team, but I'm starting to like the roster more and more. Now, with that said, Bobby Witt, I think, takes another major step up. I think he's going to break out. I think Vinny Pasquantino, baby, this guy is a stud. He had like 10 home runs, 295 in like a handful of games last year when he got called up.
Mm-hmm.
Played for Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic. This guy's going to be a star. This guy's going to be a superstar in this league. Watch the breakout this year. And then they've got guys, Sal Poe, one of the best catchers in the league, maybe of the decade. MJ Melendez, another catcher/outfielder prospect who's very good. Nick Pratto, another good bat to this lineup. And then, of course, they got pitchers. Pitching's not fully there, but Brady Singer, there's some potential there. Dylan Lynch, there's a lot of potential there. And then Chris Bubic, I think. Bubic. Those are guys to watch. I think this team could go from 70 to 85 wins. They're one of the teams that I could see making a big jump this year and hitting like 85 wins, surprising a lot of teams.
Yeah, I have them around 77 wins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree with you that they have a lot of talent, but they're not ready yet. And
they're young. Yeah.
I think that this division in particular has two teams at the top, and it's a sizable margin between the other teams.
And the reason for that margin is partly because the Detroit Tigers are a joke.
Yeah, they suck. They suck.
I'm tired of believing in the Tigers maybe playing well. I don't care about Javier Baez. I don't care about, I keep hearing about all these pitching prospects. What would they have? Matt Manning, Alex Faedo.
Maybe if they had Peyton Manning.
Yeah, maybe they needed Peyton Manning. Who are the other guys? Casey Mize. I mean, there are guys.
And then your legend retires.
Matthew
I know that he
Boyd.
wasn't what he was, but
Still,
he's a presence nonetheless.
Of course.
And you were still horrible.
Yeah, I've been waiting on their core pitching prospects to hit for so long, and maybe it's this year, but I'm not convinced anymore.
No.
I've lost hope.
No,
I do give him credit though. Riley Green and I think Spencer Torkelson watched the breakout there. They might be ballers this year, and if that happens, 75 to 70 or 65 to 75 wins, I could see it. If not, I'm not a big fan of the team.
Yeah, we can just move on. They suck. They're really.
I have one in this division that I'm gonna hit the just skip it.